If you don't think it's worth it to invest little amounts of money, I'm going to show you how to turn this into all of this. I'll show you how small investments can make a lot of money, how to invest, and then reveal the top 3 ways to invest little or no money for big returns. We're talking small investments that make money today on Let's Talk Money. Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here with the Let's Talk Money channel. I want to send a special shout out to all you out there in the nation. Thank you for spending a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. Nation, I know the feeling. You want to invest, but it just doesn't seem worth it. You might be able to invest $50 or $100 a month, but your investments just don't seem to be going anywhere. Even worse though, you feel like on those small amounts of money, you have to get lucky in those high-risk investments, but then end up losing money when your stocks crap out. Nation, you do not have to break the budget or skimp to invest. Let's use an analogy most of us can relate to. Coffee. A recent survey found that 64% of Americans 18 and older drink coffee every single day. That 10 pounds of coffee consumed by the average person works out to over $2,130 a year, or $177 a month in that go juice. But then most people wouldn't say that coffee is killing their budget because it's only a few bucks a day. It's something we just have as our regular spending. I want to show you how to do the exact same thing with investing. I'll show you how to turn $150 a month, less than the average spent on those little black beans, into a 6-figure payday. I'll then show you how to invest with little money, and then towards the end of the video, I'll reveal 3 small investments that will make you big money. In fact, even if you don't feel like you can swing $150 a month to invest, if you can invest just $1 a day, I'll show you how to make your money work for you. $1 a day, that's less than you pay Sally Struthers, so I know you can do it. Even just $1 a day becomes $37,000 in 2 decades. It might not be enough to retire on, but if you're going to live in your car, you might as well do it in style. So if you know you want to invest, even small amounts, how much should you invest? How much is enough to reach your goals? Well, I guess the question is, do you want to live in a Beamer or in a Lamborghini? This chart shows the portfolio values for investing different amounts, and even on that $1 a day, just $30 a month grows to over $150,000 in 30 years. Invest $150 a month, just $5 a day, and less than most people spend on their coffee, and you can retire on more than $780,000. That's enough to buy a Lamborghini and 9 Beamers to live in. Now, you're going to hear all kinds of rules for how much to invest, from 10 to 20% of your income and more. But it really comes down to 2 things. How much do you need to invest to meet your goals, and how much still leaves room for a little bit of fun right now? And that last part is just as important as the first. Nation, there are so many YouTubers and finance experts out there that they're going to tell you to skimp and save every penny to invest. But what good is it being miserable now just on the hope of a happier retirement? I've seen too many investors burn out by cutting their budget to the bone, saving every penny, and then just giving up because, hell, who wants to be a millionaire if it means eating nothing but ramen noodles for the rest of your life? So for most people, investing to reach your goals is going to be somewhere between that $150 to $300 a month. The important point though is just to get started. Start investing now with whatever you can afford and build up to that point. But here, I want to get a feel for where everyone is at in the community. So how much do you feel like you can invest each month without skimping or breaking your budget? So scroll down, make that commitment to yourself by sharing that goal in the comments below. How much are you going to invest each month? Now, I'll reveal those 3 small investments that make money next, but first, how to invest those little amounts to make it go farther. First and most important here is that you have to invest on a platform that doesn't charge you to buy stocks. Nation, fees will kill your portfolio, especially if you're paying $5 every time to buy or sell a stock. And fortunately, this is one that has gotten a lot easier over the last few years, with a lot of the platforms moving to that commission-free model. I use M1 Finance and Webull, but Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, and Robinhood are also popular options. Now, in that same idea, if you're going to invest in exchange-traded funds, so those groups of stocks in a sector or a theme, make sure you pick an ETF with an expense ratio of 0.2% or less. That expense ratio, that's the annual percentage the fund manager charges all the investors in that fund, with the average for all ETFs right around 0.5%. So most of the Vanguard and Fidelity ETF funds charge less than 0.25% there, and you're going to find every theme or asset that you want. Here, you also want to choose an investing app that allows fractional share investing. You could invest $20 in Amazon instead of shelling out the $3,000 plus for a whole share. Now, the best investing apps for fractional share investing include M1 Finance, Fidelity, Vanguard, and TD Ameritrade. And the last tip here, before we get to those 3 small investment ideas, deposit money into your investing account weekly or even bi-weekly, but invest monthly or quarterly. What I want to do here is I want you to get that money out of your checking account into your investing account so you're not tempted to spend it. Now, some investing apps are going to give you the option to direct deposit regularly, so setting that up to automatically invest $20 or $30 a week. Whatever you invest though, get it out of the bank where you might be tempted to spend it. But then don't feel like you have to buy stocks immediately whenever you get cash in your account. I want to make this as easy and as stress-free as possible, so maybe wait for the end of the month or maybe even every 3 months to invest your money. You're set up with how much you want to invest and how to do it. Now I want to reveal those 3 small investments to make that will make you more money. First here is growth stocks, and these have been hit hard lately in the sell-off, but there's no better part of the market for growing your money over time. Growth stocks are those companies growing their sales and their earnings faster than the market. They don't usually pay much of a dividend, but look at these returns. Just investing in the 5 FANG stocks, that's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google over the last decade, would have made you 32% a year on your money. That's 16 times your investment. Now, I am not saying that you're going to make 32% a year on your growth stocks, but even on a modest 14% annual return, growth stocks can turn a small investment of $100 a month into over $428,000 over 3 decades. Now, looking for these types of stocks, you're not going to be looking for high dividends like you might some others. You're going to be looking for companies that are growing their business exponentially. You want to find those sales growth of 15 and 20% or more, along with consecutive years of higher operating margin. Basically, you're looking for companies that are not only growing their sales, but getting more profitable as well. If you want ideas on growth stocks, I'll leave a link to a free report below sharing the top 5 stocks in my portfolio, 5 growth stocks in the biggest trends I'm following over the next decade. One of those stocks is Salesforce.com, ticker CRM, a company that pioneered the software as a service model, but has really expanded into a conglomerate of cloud-based solutions for marketing, data analytics, and sales. And Salesforce is one of my favorites here because it's going to benefit from so many of the disruptive trends I'm following, from artificial intelligence to remote work and the blockchain. Management is estimating a total addressable market of $175 billion by 2025 and booked 28% sales growth last year to $17 billion. Analysts have a price target of $276 a share here, more than 30% above the current price, and it's a great long-term growth story, but check out those other 4 growth stocks in my portfolio with the link in the description. Another great way to turn small investments into big money here is with monthly dividend stocks. Now, these aren't going to give you the same returns as with those growth stocks. You can expect anywhere from 8 to 12 or 15% a year on these, but that real power is going to be in the consistent dividend. And the idea here is just receiving that dividend cash flow every single month is going to be all the motivation you need to keep investing. Even if it's just a few bucks a month, constantly being able to see your investments pay off is great motivation. And really, that's what it's all about, just staying motivated to invest. Remember that chart, even investing as little as $1 a day turns into almost $40,000 as long as you just stick with it. I'll share my favorite monthly dividend stock here to get you started, and I'm going to link in the video description below a video with the 7 dividend stocks that pay my rent. 7 monthly payers for that constant cash flow. But to get started, it's hard to go wrong with Gladstone Capital Corporation, ticker GLAD. Gladstone is a business development corporation that loans money to and invests in mid-sized companies, making it like a venture capital investor and a bank all in one. It's a great cash flow business model, and the shares pay a 7.3% annual dividend paid out every single month. Better though is that the stock has produced an 18% annual return over the last 5 years, which means not only are you collecting that constant dividend, but you're going to watch your portfolio grow as well. Our third small investment to make money here, and easily my favorite, is to start your own business. And I know, Nation, a lot of you out there just want those stock investing ideas, but honestly, this is where the money is at. I started my own online business in 2014, almost exactly 7 years ago, and invested less than $500 over the entire first year. I've since grown my monthly income from the business to an average of over $53,000 this year and have made nearly $850,000. Now, to be fair, this strategy does take more time than the others, but if you want one way to make those small investments and turn it into millions of dollars, this is it. We've got a lot of videos on the channel about side hustles and creating your own 6-figure business, so I'll link to a few of those in the video description below, along with those other videos detailing some of these investment strategies, so make sure you check those out. Click on the video to the right for those 7 monthly dividend stocks that pay my rent. 7 stocks for cash flow every single month. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.